that number can't go there, and it can't go there. It must be there.
Pastor Sarah, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm playing a game of Sudoku. It's a number game. It's really fun.
Oh, I've done some of those puzzles before, and they can be quite challenging.
I've never heard of it. How do you do it?
Well, it's a process of elimination where I have to look at which numbers go in which squares, and it's kind of like a puzzle. I can show you if you'd like.
Some people find it quite relaxing to do.
Oh, I don't like doing things with numbers. I find it hard enough to do math in school.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like it either.
Oh, that's okay. You know, God made each of us differently, and some people are really good at numbers. Other people are really good using words. Some people are creative with making things. We're all different. And in today's story, David finds out that God made him in a special way, and he has to trust that what he's good at, God's going to help him be really good at.
I seem to remember something about a slingshot and a giant.
Oh, I like this story already.
Yes, today's big idea is God help us be who he created us to be. Can we say that together?
God helps us be who he created us to be.
And why don't you say that with us at home?
God
helps us be who he created us to be.
All right, let's find out more about the story.
Hi, Celia. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, TJ and Polly. I'm really glad to be here. And hi to the Journey Kids, too.
Let's work on a memory verse together. Repeat after us. The Lord does not look at the things people look at.
The Lord does not look at the things people look at.
People look at the outside of a person.
People look at the outside of a person.
But the Lord looks at what is in the heart.
But the Lord looks at what is in the heart.
1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7.
1 Samuel chapter 16, 7.
Keep working on your memory verse, Journey Kids.
And remember, you are special to God, and he loves you very much.
Yes, he does.
Why didn't Noah go fishing?
Why?
He only had 2 worms.
Oh, Sheldon.
Hey, Polly, who was the shortest person in the Bible?
Oh, I know this one. It's Nehemiah or Nehemiah.
No, it's Bildad the Shuhite.
Oh, TJ.
Hi, my name is Izzy, and I have a joke.
What is your joke?
What do you call a dinosaur that is sleeping?
I don't know. What do you call a dinosaur that is sleeping?
A dinosaur.
Do you have a funny joke to share? Record yourself saying it and send it in. You could be featured on an episode of JKTV.
Hey Journey Kids, I'm Isaac and I'm Ava, and welcome to
Heroes in the Bible, yeah!
where we break down the stories of.
Heroes in the Bible, yeah!
So let's get started with today's.
Hero in the Bible, yeah!
We will be talking about David, the original giant slayer, who only needed a pebble from a stream nearby to defeat a 9'9" giant named Goliath. Let's see the replay and watch the steps David took for victory. We see now on the field, the Philistines ready for battle, and it appears that Goliath is talking some trash to the Israelites.
Goliath is telling the Israelites to choose a man to come forward. If he is able to defeat Goliath, the Philistines will become Saul's subjects, but if he wins, the Israelites will serve them.
Wow, that's one intense matchup. Wait, where did all the Israelites go?
I think they ran away. Hold on. Look who it is. It seems that David, the little shepherd boy, has come before Goliath.
I don't believe it. King Saul turned him down, then reconsidered, then put his best armor on David. David then took it off, and now he's on the field with only a slingshot and some pebbles.
This just in, David is telling something really important to Goliath. He's saying, "You come against me with sword and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied."
Wow, I don't know what's gonna happen next.
David swinging the pebble at Goliath's head for the win. Oh, right on the money!
He's out cold. Hold on a second. David's going back. What is he doing?
Ooh, okay, David won.
What a surprise comeback by the Israelites.
Now the Philistines are running away.
David showed strength, trust, bravery, and the love of God on the field today.
He sure did, Ava. Thanks for watching today's
Heroes in the Bible, yeah!
Back to you, Sarah.
Hi, Journey Kids. We're going to keep reading the story of David, and this is a pretty exciting one. I think most of us have heard this story, but there might be a few things in there that you haven't heard before. So listen closely to see how David defeats Goliath and how God helps him understand who he created him to be. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from 1 Samuel 17. And this is the part where the Philistine army is lined up against the Israelites and they're getting ready for battle. Then Goliath, a Philistine champion from Gath, came out of the Philistine ranks to face the forces of Israel. He was over 9 feet tall. He wore a bronze helmet, and his bronze coat of mail weighed 125 pounds. He also wore bronze leg armor, and he carried a bronze javelin in his shoulder. The shaft of his spear was as heavy and thick as a weaver's beam, tipped with an iron spearhead, and weighed 15 pounds. His armor-bearer walked ahead of him carrying a shield. Goliath stood and shouted a taunt across the Israelites. "Why are you all coming out to fight?" he called. "I am the Philistine champion, but you are only the servants of Saul. Choose one man to come down here and fight me. If he kills me, then we will be your slaves. But if I kill him, you will be our slaves. I defy the armies of Israel today. Send me a man who will fight me." When Saul and the Israelites heard this, they were terrified and deeply shaken. So the next part of the story is David comes. His dad sends him up to bring some food and drink to his brothers who are in the battle. And David hadn't heard what Goliath said, so he hears all the things that Goliath is saying, and David can't believe it because he knows that God is on his side. Okay, so I'm going to keep reading the story. "Don't worry about this Philistine," David told Saul. "I'll go fight him." "Don't be ridiculous," Saul replied. "There's no way you can fight this Philistine and possibly win. You're only a boy, and he's been a man of war since his youth." But David persisted. "I've been taking care of my father's sheep and goats," he said. "When a lion or a bear comes to steal a lamb from the flock, I go after it with a club and rescue the lamb from its mouth. If the animal turns on me, I catch it by the jaw and club it to death. I've done this to both lions and bears, and I'll do it to this pagan Philistine too, for he has defied the armies of the living God. The Lord who rescued me from the claws of the lion and the bear will rescue me from this Philistine." Saul finally consented. "All right, go ahead," he said, "and may the Lord be with you." Then Saul gave David his own armor, a bronze helmet and a coat of mail. David put it on, strapped the sword over it, and took a step or two to see what it was like, for he had never worn such things before. "I can't go in these," he protested to Saul. "I'm not used to them." So David took them off again. He picked up 5 smooth stones from a stream and put them into his shepherd's bag. Then, armed only with his shepherd's staff and sling, he started across the valley to fight the Philistine. Goliath walked out toward David with his shield bearer ahead of him, sneering in contempt at this ruddy-faced boy. "Am I a dog," he roared at David, "that you come at me with a stick?" And he cursed David by the names of his gods. "Come over here, and I'll give your flesh to the birds and wild animals," Goliath yelled. David replied to the Philistine, "You come to me with a sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of heaven's armies, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will conquer you, and I will kill you and cut off your head, and then I will give the dead bodies of your men to the birds and wild animals, and the whole world will know that there is a God in Israel. And everyone assembled here will know that the Lord rescues his people, but not with sword and spear. This is the Lord's battle, and he will give you to us." As Goliath moved closer to attack, David quickly ran out to meet him. Reaching into his shepherd's bag and taking out a stone, he hurled it with his sling and hit the Philistine in the forehead. The stone sank in, and Goliath stumbled and fell face down to the ground. And so David triumphed over the Philistines, and their army won the battle. And God showed David that what he had created him to do when he was a shepherd boy, he was able to do in the battle as well. And God was with him and helped him. And that's our story for today.
That was a crazy story. I like how David didn't wear all the armor King Saul wanted him to wear. He just went out with his sling and some stones.
He knew what he was good at.
I wonder what I'm good at.
That's a really good question to ask, Polly. And remember, you don't have to find that out on your own. What was today's big idea?
God helps us
helps
be
us
who he created us to be.
That's right. God created each of us in a special way, and he loves us very much. Sheldon, can you read a verse for us from Ephesians 2:10?
Sure. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus, so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago.
Wow. I'm God's masterpiece. I like that.
I can't wait to find out more about what God has created me to be.
Well, I can already tell that he's made each of you in a very special way. And Journey Kids at home, I want you to know that God has created you in a special way as well. You are his masterpiece, and he loves you very much.
May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace.
See you next time.
Bye.
God helps us be who he created us to be.
Look how much taller I am than you, TJ. Come on, get closer, TJ.
I'm really glad that I'm here.
God helps us to be who He created us to be. You know, TJ, I think God's calling me to be a professional chicken